computer. All right, good morning, Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I'm so excited. This is Bold Coach Vasha Chevalier, and I got my really good friend, Hudson Warren. You all know him, you all loved him. He brought Onward there, so I wanted to bring him on. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to talk about the upcoming Bold launch starting February 17th. So, welcome, Hudson.
Thank you, my friend. And to my old friends now in Portsmouth, I am super excited for you. Vishay is an exceptional coach. She's a highly experienced coach, and she's going to bring you energy like mad. So if you like high energy, because we all know I am, you're going to love Vishay. She is a 10 out of 10 on accountability. And while she's going to take it serious and it's going to be work, she's going to keep it fun, just like I did. So if you had fun last year, if you got good results last year, which I know a lot of you did, you're going to want to be in that room with Vishay.
Hudson, thank you. And I think that's one of the reasons we get along so well because we're both high energy and we both mean business.
We
So,
we both do. We're both a little crazy, and we're all the better for it. So.
exactly. So, tell me something good about Portsmouth. What did you learn bringing Bold there?
Portsmouth is an awesome, awesome group. They had super high energy, super participatory. I never struggled with getting people to speak up, give feedback, share their experiences, ask questions. I never really saw people kind of, doing their own thing on their phone. Like it was a really, really, they were present, they were excited, and they weren't afraid to speak up. And I love market centers like that. They just felt tight knit. It really felt like the real culture of Keller Williams.
So, what I hear you saying is they're like a big family.
It really did feel like they were a big family. They got a lot of leadership that's been there a super long time, which in our company is kind of rare, right? There's a lot of turnover, and I think that speaks to the nature of that market center. So it was super, super great, bold.
I love that. So, that was your first time doing Onward Bold there. So, what do
Yes.
you think was the most impactful session or thing that those agents took away?
Ooh, gosh, that's a really good question. And it's like that's like picking your favorite kid. Here's what I'll say. I really think that a lot of people in that room latched on to the power of social media. In fact, there was one agent in particular who has kept in touch with me and really, really shared that he's built like a true following and he's getting business from it now. And it's really exciting to see people who maybe came in with one mindset leave with a different one and benefit in the long run because of it.
You're right. And the fun thing is we're in January right now. Everybody's
Mhm.
excited to start over a new year. Everybody thinks, oh, it's a new year. I can forget about last year and I can really dial in this year and make things better. So we're in the first quarter, right? By the time I start
Yeah.
bowl, we'll be more than halfway through the first quarter. And that's really gonna shine a light on where people are right now.
Yeah.
And my ultimate goal for coming there is to make sure that 2026 is their best year. They're not procrastinating. They're leaving all of that in the past and they're coming in with a renewed mindset, new energy, and ready to just really level up and be the best version of themselves and make the most money they've ever made. So, we're going to have fun while we're doing it. We're going to really dig in deep on mindset because we all know what to do. Agent, you have a mega team, top producer, so do I. And could you agree that we both have mindset issues from time to time?
Absolutely. I don't, anybody who tells you they don't is selling themselves a story that isn't true.
That's right. Now, when we talk about the six personal perspectives, right, and maps, what is the one thing that agents struggle with?
Oh God, the one thing that agents struggle with, that's adorable. I think they struggle with a lot of things. Um, I would say one of the biggest things that agents struggle with is the 80-20 principle. If we're looking at the six personal perspectives, I think all of us struggle with all of them on some level. But that 80-20 principle, it's just something in the real estate agent DNA that they will look for anything to do on any given day other than their actual job. And I think what's great about Bold, while of course you get new things to learn and new techniques to implement and all of that good stuff, you also just get reminded to do your job. And then you have accountability in the room to be sure that you're doing your job. There is a reason that people in Bold make more money while they're in Bold. It's
That,
not because the coaches are magical, although you are. It's because they're forced to do their job. And for the select few that really get it, then they continue to do their job after Bold. So I feel like whether you took Bold last year, whether you've never taken it, whether it's been 22 years since you took it, y- unless you are just on track to fly right past your goals, you need to get in that room so you can do your job. It is that simple.
And I'm so glad you went there with the 80/20 because if you think about it, think about a market center. 20% of the agents are doing 80% of the transactions, right? We
100%. Yeah, that's
the same 20% of clothes out of the closets that we have. We eat the same restaurants out of all the restaurants that's in our surrounding areas. We're creatures of habit. And yet, when we look at the clock right now, I'm in Central Time, it's 9:41. How many agents out there were up at 8 a.m. ready to smile and dial? So
probably not as many as there should be. And what's interesting about the 20% of the agents in the market center that are doing the bulk of the business is that I would venture to bet that more than 90% of those agents have taken Bold before and probably taken it more than once. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh, well, I'm not in that top 20%. Well, how do you think you get in there? You go behave like someone who's in the top 20%.
you're right. And I tell this story all the time. When we go to family reunion and we go to mega camp, when Gary is interviewing those top agents, he always asks them, what do they attribute to their success? And most of them say bold.
Bold.
I promise you, we don't tell them that. We don't pay them to say that. They all say bold
No.
because they're dialed in on doing the 20%, the things that matter most. And yet, so we covered mindset, Hudson, and we talked about the 20%. And that's why I'm so excited about bringing Onward Bold because Gary's created the bold truths, right? As the way we should live
Yeah,
our lives personally and professionally. And they're all deep rooted in our mindset. We all know what to do. We just really don't get out there and do it. You have to have mindset and action to get the results that you want. So
absolutely.
I am so locked in. I am so ready. I was talking to Tim this morning on the early morning call, and one thing that I shared with him when I joined, and I don't know if I ever shared this with you, when I joined Keller Williams 17 years ago, I walked in with the mindset that I'm going to be the number one agent in the market center. And so I had them take me to the number one agent who was a commercial guy at the time doing 10 million. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do in 1 year more in residential sales than he's doing in commercial. Just watch me. I went there, Hudson. I got an office close to him. I was a sponge on the wall, like a little fly on a sponge. And in a year and a half, I became the number one agent in the market center. And then my ego got inflated. And I was like, I don't need bold. What am I going to do that for? Well, I was on the ALC and they told me I had to do bold. It was not an option. So I didn't do anything in bold. I just went because I had to fulfill my obligation. And then because I wanted to stay on the ALC, I had to keep going to bold and I had to take it twice a year. And so fast forward, bowl number 6, I was like doing nothing the entire time. And I saw on the sixth bowl a little change, but I wasn't sold yet. So bowl number
Hmm.
7. Now, mind you, I'm paying $7.99.
Yeah, yeah.
Bowl number 7 is when I decided to play all in. And David Jones told me, he said, Vasha, the scripts we used to say back then don't sound like you because you don't know them. If you submit to the process, you'll see your world open up. And that forever changed my life. So, as top agents, we can hit a ceiling, we can get complacent, and yet we're human too. We don't know 100% of everything. So bold is going to give you that reset, that renewed mind. It's like putting oil in a car. I can't just
Hmm.
drive on the same tank of oil forever. I have to change it to keep the engine parts running. And that's what bold does. It gives you that reset, that new perspective. And I'm excited to do it. And I definitely have some big shoes to fill coming in behind you.
Well, you are well equipped to do so. So, friends, look, if you were there last year or if you weren't, but you heard good things, I'm going to tell you right now, if you had a good experience with me, you're going to have an exceptional experience with Fachet. So, get your card, get with leadership, swipe it, and take control of your 2026.
And when do they need to do that, Hudson?
They need to do that now, like right now. Like if you're sitting there thinking, I know I should do this, but blah, 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 that is your mind limiting you. And you can't allow that any longer because I have a firm belief that bold doesn't start at step one of bold. Bold starts the minute you register. So if you're looking to create change and you know you're going to do this anyways, don't wait. Register now. Stop what you're doing. Click the link, register, go see your team leader or your MCA, throw them your credit card and tell them to do it. Like, I don't care what you do, but go do it now and get yourself committed.
The keyword is now. So go do that now after you listen to this Zoom. And then when you register for Full Bold, I personally am going to pick up the phone, call you, and learn about you and your business so that we can start that just hitting out the gates right now before Bold even comes to your market center. So
I love
thank you,
that.
friend, for being on. I'm so excited, and I'll see you guys on February 17th.
Have fun, guys.
Bye. All right.